Hi, Northmont kindergartners, and anyone else that might be watching this video today. Welcome. This is Mrs. Rutledge. This week in my class, we're talking a lot about chickens and the chicken life cycle and the parts of an egg and the parts of a chicken and what happens in the whole hatching process and all of those things. So today I have a story to share with you, and I'm going to share it, just the story, because I want you to be able to see some pictures up close. So I'm going to read it, but you're not going to see me in the video. It's just going to be the story. Okay? All right. So here is our story today. It's called Where Do Chicks Come From? And it's a really good story. It's a nonfiction story or an informational text story. It's going to give us lots of information about chickens and different kinds of chickens and what happens inside an egg when it is turning into a baby chick. So this story is by Amy Sklansky, and it's illustrated by Pam Paparone or Paparone, not really sure, kind of sounds like pepperoni. So anyway, here we have a little baby chick, and we have a hen, a mommy hen. Where do chicks come from? And it's got this really cool pictures at the beginning. We see a hen house or a chicken coop. And then we see all different kinds of chickens. Did you know there were black chickens? And we see a rooster here. Roosters are the ones with the very fancy tail feathers. And the other chickens, this one's drinking. And some are just sitting around. And then there's baby chicks. And we've got brown chickens and reddish chickens and white chickens. And yeah, when you live out in the country sometimes, you can just have chicks just out in your yard. And you just have to make sure that at night they have a place to roost. They like to roost. So that's what the hen house or the chicken house is for. Okay? Thumbs up for the title page. Good job. Where do chicks come from? And here's another sort of title page. Here we go. This is an egg. You've seen eggs before, but this one is different. In 3 weeks, a chick will hatch out of this egg. And so 3 weeks is about 21 days it takes to keep that egg warm for about 21 days, and then it will hatch. You can see this egg is kind of a tan or brownish color, and chicken eggs can be different colors too. An egg begins as a tiny white spot here and here inside the mother chicken or the hen. There may be tiny eggs inside the hen at one time. Many tiny eggs. A yellow yolk grows around each egg. So you can see here's a bunch of little eggs. And then the yolk begins to grow, and then it goes through this tube, and then it comes in this area, and then it hardens with the shell around it, and then the hen will lay that egg. The father chicken, or the rooster, mates with the hen. His sperm joins the growing egg. This is called fertilization. Soon, a clear jelly-like egg white, or albumen, grows around the yolk. Finally, a hard shell forms, and the egg is ready to be laid. The hen lays the egg over the next few days. The hen lays the egg, and over the next few days, she lays several more eggs. The hen sits on top of the eggs to keep them warm. As soon as the eggs are warm, the chicks start growing. So there's our hen. We can see she's got a nice soft nest of some straw and some feathers around, and she's sitting on her eggs. Inside the warm egg is everything a chick needs to help it grow. The yellow yolk contains liquid food. So this inside part, the part we usually eat when we eat eggs, is called the yolk, and that's that big orangey thing inside the egg. The albumin is that white, the gooey white part of an egg. It's called albumin. It contains water and a little bit more food. And then there's a thin white skin that forms inside and around the albumin and the yolk. And it sticks to the inside of the shell. It holds the albumin together to cushion the growing chick. And then at one end of the egg, there will be an air space. This is usually at the more rounded part. You usually have a pointed part of an egg and then a more like a flatter, rounder part of the egg. So in that flat, round part of the egg is where there'll be a little air sac, a little air space. And this is where the chick will take its first breath. It uses the air in that space before it's ready to hatch to start breathing. The egg you eat for breakfast could never grow into a chick because it was never fertilized. Otherwise, all parts inside the egg are still the same. So maybe with mom or dad, you can, if you have some eggs in your house, you can crack an egg open and take a look. And look for all of these parts, the yolk and the albumin, and look inside the eggshell for the thin skin that grows around it. Yeah, see if you can find those parts. The hen has warmed her eggs for 3 days now. Inside, the chicks are starting to grow. So there's the eggs, and that hen's been sitting on them. She gets up once in a while because she has to go eat and stuff, but mostly she stays on the eggs most of the time. If she gets up, she only leaves for a few minutes at a time. So by day 3, the chick looks like the letter C. So it looks like that little tiny letter C with a dark spot in the middle. This dark spot is its heart. The heart pumps the blood, and the blood carries water and food from the yolk and the albumin to the growing chick. The chick's waste collects in a small sac. So yeah, there's the yolk all around, and there's the baby chick is connected to the yolk. It looks like in the picture like it's inside the yolk, but it's not really inside the yolk. It's just connected to it. Then, by day 5, the chick's head is now half as big as its body. So now it's gotten bigger. So after 5 days, it's a little bit bigger. And its eyes are very large. Its tail has begun to grow, and wings and legs are starting to form. And yeah, and you can see a little spine. So yeah. Briefly, the hen will leave the eggs to find some food and water. She quickly returns to warm them again. And then about day 7, so after about a week, this is what the chick will look like. Doesn't really look like a chick yet, does it? It says the chick is only 1 inch long, about as long as your big toe. Even so, it's already starting to look like a chicken. The chick's eyes and stomach and brain and toes have started to grow. A beak has started to grow too, but it's very soft. The chick's wings are folded across his chest. So you can start to see a few little things forming there. And then after 10 days, every day the chick uses up more of the food from the yolk. So now it's starting to look more like a chick around 10 days. The chick lies on its back inside the egg. Its wings and legs and beak are fully grown. Yeah, so you can see its wings are folded. Now we can see a leg and its eyes and its beak. Sometimes the hen turns the eggs over. She keeps them warm on all sides. On day 11, the chick can open and close its beak now. It wiggles and bends within the albumen. Tiny bumps start to appear over the chick's skin. In a few days, feathers will grow from those bumps. So you can see the tiny little dots there. That means that some feathers will start to grow. And again, you can see the chick. Here's the yolk, and all these blood vessels are attached to the yolk, and they're all going inside the chick because that yolk is feeding the chick while it's inside the egg, helping it grow. Around day 14, which is about 2 weeks, the chick looks like this. The chick is tightly curled inside the egg. It turns to lie on its side. As the chick uses up more and more of the yolk and albumin, the waste bag expands. The chick has grown a special bump on the end of its beak, and this is called the egg tooth. And that's that little bump right there. Yeah. The hen clucks softly to turn her eggs again. The chicks are learning to recognize the sound of their mother's voice. The hen no longer leaves her eggs. She will not eat or drink again until after they have hatched. So yeah, they can hear her little clucking sounds through the shell, and they can start to recognize her voice. So on day 18, about 3 days before it's ready to hatch, this is how it looks. The chick has grown so big that it touches the inside of the shell on every side. Soft feathers called down cover its head and body. The chick uses up the last of its yolk. The yolk will give the chick energy to hatch and then rest for a few days without eating. So now we can see this chick's got yellow feathers. Our chick that hatched in our incubator had some black feathers. And you can see the yolk here. See, it's getting smaller now because it's almost used up. And on day 20, right before it's ready to hatch, this is what it looks like. The chick practices breathing. In 1 day, it will hatch. And you can also hear them peeping. Inside the eggshell, the chick pecks a hole into that air space at the end. So there was an air space down here. And it pecks a hole into that air space at the end of the egg and takes its first breath. And you might hear it go cheep, cheep inside the egg. We heard that in my eggs with our eggs too. Cluck, cluck, answers the hen. Oh, and then this is the exciting part. The next day is hatching day, and the chick pecks a tiny air hole in the shell using its egg tooth. This is tough work for that chick. After making the hole, the chick sleeps for a few hours. And then the mommy hen is looking and saying, "Oh, my baby's coming." I bet she's excited. And then here's the process of how that baby chick comes out of the egg. Yeah, it's quite a process. So it starts with the air hole, and then it starts to peck little holes all along in a line. When the chick wakes up, it pecks for hours. It pecks a circle around the inside of the shell. Next, it pushes hard against the inside of the shell with its feet and pushes hard against the other side with its neck and shoulders. So that's what it's doing in this picture. It's pushing with its feet this way and with its head and shoulders this way so that it's pushing the egg shell apart into 2 pieces. Crack! The chick is hatched. The shell and the dried up waste sac fall away. The chick doesn't need its egg tooth anymore, and in a few days it will fall off. And there he is. So cute. And there's that little egg tooth, but it'll fall off in a couple days. And here's all the babies. The chick is tired. It rests its wobbly legs as the other chicks finish their hatching. And the cool thing is that as soon as they hatch, they can start to stand up. You couldn't stand up when you were first born, but chickens can. And a lot of animals can. It helps with their survival. They have to be able to stand up and be able to walk right away. Aw, they're so cute. Look at them. So cute. The hen fluffs her feathers and spreads her wings to cover and warm her new chicks. The babies nestle close to their mother and sleep. As they rest, their down dries, or their feathers dry. Their legs and neck grow stronger. Aw, so cute. And then automatically they know how to start pecking. Their mommy doesn't even have to teach them. They just know how to do that. That's called instinct. Hours later, the fluffy chick is the first to run out from beneath its mother's wings. The others soon follow. Together, the hen and her new chicks search for food in the barnyard. And yeah, they have the instinct to peck at anything they see on the ground. They especially love shiny-looking things, catch their eye, and they like to peck at those things. But they automatically know how to do that. That's called instinct. And then the end of the story gives you some other information that you can how you can find out more about eggs and chicks and other stories. So yeah, I'm glad you read our story with us. Where do chicks come from? And now you know. And now you know where chicks come from. And I know here at our school, we've been incubating eggs and they're starting to hatch in our classes. And your teachers are taking videos of them. And I have videos posted on my YouTube channel if you want to see our babies. And yeah, it's so much fun. So use this story to help you with some of the pages in your packet. If you're a Northmont Kinder student, we have some pages in our packet that talk about the parts of the egg and the parts of the chicken. So this story will especially help you with the parts of the egg. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed our story. See ya.